Hello and welcome to the Princess Theatre for a presentation about Roatan, one of the Bay Islands of Honduras. This is a place of turquoise sea, a great barrier reef, spectacular beaches and some of the best snorkeling and diving opportunities in the world. For those of you who've never been here before, get excited because this little piece of island paradise is everything you can imagine a Caribbean island to look like. The interior is rich and tropical and full of thick vegetation and wildlife, and the coastline is lined with palm trees, white sandy beaches and crystal clear water that's teeming with fish. We're going to look at all of the things that make this island popular in just a second, but first I'd like to show you where Roatan is, what sort of history it's had, and what facilities there are for a ship of this size to dock here. Roatan is located in the very west of the Caribbean Sea, just off the north coast of Honduras. It's part of an archipelago which consists of 8 islands and 53 small keys, and it's the most developed of the whole chain of land masses. It's a long, thin island measuring about 37 miles in length and 5 miles across at its widest point, and we're going to be docking on the south side where I've put the little red star. Now we'll look at where we're going to dock in just a second, but let's first delve into a little bit of history so that you can see how Honduras has evolved and when this island chain became a part of it. Christopher Columbus arrived in the early 1500s on his 4th voyage to the New World, and he was very quickly followed by a whole Spanish fleet who began trading in the islands for slave labour. During the latter half of the 19th century, new immigrants were arriving from all over the world, and it's this influx of different nationalities that largely shaped the culture of the island that we're going to experience this week. So let's see what our place is going to be when we get to Roatan on Wednesday. There are 2 main places here that can accommodate cruise ships, and we're expecting to be alongside the Mahogany Bay Cruise Centre, which is great news for us because it's perfect for cruise ships. This is a lovely modern cruise complex that's only been open since 2010, and although in total it covers about 20 acres, in just a simple 5-minute walk you can get from the ship's gangways along the pier and into the lovely purpose-built village. There's lots to see and do here, from a welcome centre and duty-free shop to a tourist information area, a taxi rank, shops and jewellery stores, tour guides waiting to lead you off to your minibuses, a selection of bars and an ATM. Now before you use the ATM, just check what currency it's going to be dispensing. The local currency here is the Honduran lempira, and although it's nice to see the notes of where we visit, you really don't need any. Pretty much everywhere will accept US dollars and major credit cards. Now I checked the rate this morning, and just for your information, there are about 24 lempiras to the US dollar and 30 to the British pound. Now if you just want to head to the beach on Wednesday, then you're spoilt for choice on this island because every direction you head in will offer pristine white sands and gorgeous sparkling water. However, there is one beach that's within really easy access from the cruise ship village. Mahogany Bay Beach can be reached in about 10 to 15 minutes by simply walking through a woodland area and across a little footbridge. And although this is free because you're not using any transport and you don't pay to get onto the beach, there is a much more fun way of getting there. In the cruise village, right opposite a bar in the open plaza, you'll find a little pink hut, and this is the ticket office for Roatan's chairlift. This is a ski lift inspired chair system that will glide you over the bay and through the treetops and drop you off onto the sand. An all-day pass for the chairlift, meaning you can use it as often as you like, will cost you 14 US dollars. But if you pre-book it on board with the Shore Excursions team, you can get it for 12 US dollars. I know it's only a $2 saving, but it all adds up, doesn't it? So why pay more if you don't need to? If you're planning to spend some money on Wednesday, you'll find all sorts of things on sale on Roatan, and most popular buys will include local artwork, carved wooden items like bowls and figurines, leather and Honduran coffee and chocolate. The cuisine on Roatan has changed dramatically in the last 10 years, and more restaurants are trying to cater for American and European tastes now. But you'll find everything here, and traditionally, iguana has always been the top choice for any menu. To wash down the local food, you won't be surprised to hear that Roatan produces its own rum, and there's a brewery on the island as well which produces a good range of local beers. The three favourites are Salva Vida, Barena and Port Royal, and you'll find these served in every bar. So I know that this is a bit of a whistle-stop tour of Roatan, but hopefully you've got an idea now about what to expect and what you might like to do to maximise your day. If this is going to be your first ever visit, I know you're going to love it as much as I do. It's one of those unique places that's still relatively unspoiled, is full of lovely friendly people and has beautiful scenery and authentic villages. Now's the time to really enjoy it before it gets taken over by the tourist industry and all of the real magic disappears. Now I'm going to head straight down to the shore excursions desk on deck 5 from the theatre here, so if you've got any questions for me, please follow me there and I'll be happy to talk to you. I'm also going to be back in the Princess Theatre here in a couple of days' time for a presentation about Fort Lauderdale, and hopefully you'll join me then. Have a brilliant time in the beautiful Roatan, and thank you for joining me.